Okay, here in Xochimilco, we have the waterlands, right? The wetlands. And behind me are reed plants. These are the plants that grew in the water. In fact, if I walk any further, I'm going to fall into a bunch of water. And in Xochimilco is the last area where you can see the Chinampas in action. The Chinampas were the floating islands of Mexico City. They're world famous because it's super fertile ground. And if you walk over here, you can see the gardens. What happens is the Chinampas are very low to the water table because it's right next to the water, right? And it makes it a lot easier for the plants to pull up water and nutrients that are found throughout the area. And what it actually does, it makes these vegetables grow really big. And if you look over there, those lettuces over there are huge. Okay, so with the ancient Aztecs, this is the way that they would produce their food. It was very productive. You're able to feed the entire population. Of the three crops that are most important in the Aztec culture, we had corn, which is known as maize. We had squash, and we had beans. And what they would do is they'd plant them in these chinampas, and they'd plant them in rows, and then they would mix them together. So the squash and the vines can grow up the corn, and the beans would be in there, and the beans let off extra nutrients for the corn. So what the Aztecs had done, they had figured out the perfect mixture of plants to provide the most calories for their diet. The Aztec diet was good enough for the Aztec people to live on, the corn, the squash, and the beans. The only problem was it didn't give them a lot of protein. So the people of Tenochtitlan didn't grow very tall. And actually, a lot of people here were malnourished, which made it much easier for them to be conquered because when the Spanish arrived, they had brought diseases with them, not intentionally, but as people move, things come with them, like the seeds for the plants. Diseases were easily able to take over the indigenous people of the Americas, and it's believed that something like 90% of the indigenous people were wiped out. Great way to make food, but maybe not the most perfect way. So this is how they farm in Xochimilco.